what we're going to be going over is relative highs and lows, right? And when you're able to mark off levels like these, like relative highs and lows, they help us do a couple of things, right? They help us first, again, we're always using these terms. They help us identify, the liquidity areas, right? Where orders are stacked, right? The buy side liquidity, the sell side liquidity. And when you can find the draw on liquidity, it literally gives you an idea, and not an idea, it gives you the exact calculated area of where price is most likely headed to go, right? So if you have that in confluence with your bias, it's like you just use that as a tool, right? As a calculator tool. So it's not just, a line on the chart. It's not just a trend line on the chart. It's not just a little box you draw on the chart, right? It's calculated areas in which price will reach to because there's a hidden motive behind it, right? Orders are there, right? Orders need to be stopped out of there. Orders are from last week are coming, Asia highs and the ranges taken out during London. It's different things like these that you have to really pay attention to and kind of continue to learn through forex, right? You can learn forex, but if you think you're done learning after a year, 2 years, 3 years, I think that's wrong. I think there's always something to learn, and this is just a product of that, right? Continuously updating the course chapters, continuously updating my own trading, and hopefully continuously updating your trading to just help you, right? The good thing about this is though is I'm not over here teaching new lines and new areas and new indicators. Nah, this is just a way of looking at the market, right? This is just a way of looking at the market that could exponentially help you, right? And again, why am I learning these levels? It's because when you have an understanding of these levels, again, they help you in your buys to know where the market's gonna go, right? So let's get rid of all this, right? And let's go into where we would be at, right? If you're a trader, right, you'll look at a pair like this, right, and you'll look at the market and you'll start drawing areas of support and resistance, right? You can see a price breaks under, hits, drops, and then it kind of ranges in here, breaks back under, and then we have a little minor area right here, and I guess you can call a little minor area down here where price just seemingly rejected, right? But what this is going to teach you is to look further out and get an idea of where price is going to be going, right? Short term and long term. Now, what is happening here, right? First of all, when you're looking at relative highs and lows, we're going to look at them in terms of swings, right? So you can see right here we have a swing here, swing here, swing, 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 right? You're looking at it in terms of swings, right? You can see swing, swing, swing instead of looking at it like this, right? You're not going to look at it as literally market structure, right? Now we're going to look at it in terms of swings, right? Those are going to be where those major highs and lows are going to be. Now, Alex, what time frame should I be looking for these swings at, or for these relative highs and lows? Again, I personally always like doing them on the 4 hour and the daily because those levels are where you have a lot of. Those are the levels where you have a lot of data. Those are a lot of days we have a lot of data, right? So, compared to the 5 minute, yeah, you can go on a 5 minute, but it's not as much data, as the 4 hour and the daily, right? The 5 minute is just noisy. It's more crowded. It's more noisy, is what I'm trying to say, right? So, you want to look at these, in these higher time frames, 4 hour, daily. The time frames that we do our major analysis on. Now, let's get in that, this is going to help us get an idea, right, of where price is coming from and where it's probably going to go to. When you're done analyzing the market, right, at the end of your pre-market analysis, right, you want to ask yourself a couple of things, right? Where is price most likely to extend to? And how does price react to these levels? And how does price react to those levels, right? Now, you can see right here that price has made a huge drop from all the way down here to here, right? So this is a relative high. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Relative highs and lows most likely always come back and get reached, right? And it might happen in days, and it might happen in a week, it might happen in 2 weeks, right? And I'm going to give you an example right now, right? Now, I told you to look at the market in terms of swings, and this is a real life example, right? You can look at the market as swing, 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 right? If you wanted to look at that way. Now, we see that we have a huge relative high up here, right? Very clear, because it's the highest point in this area right now, right? But where did this high come from? The swing down here. Let's mark the very lowest point, right? Let's make it black. right? Let's get rid of this. Now, when this low was created from this swing, right, and created this high, a trader that identified this relative low and identifies this relative high is going to want two things: for this area to get touched, or for price to pull back in this area to get touched. Now, what happened? Guess what? This level got touched, right? After so long, right? After so long. Look at that. Do you see that, guys? When you're able to mark these areas, you can literally see where price is most likely to head to. Now, look at this level right here, and look at how price respected this level. Once, twice, started pushing bullishly. And you can kind of even see we're starting to break structure to the upside, right? Even though price is such in a downtrend, right? Now, what can this tell you? First of all, if you had this high over here, right? If you had this high over here, you wanted two things to know, right? Based on these highs and lows, you wanted two things. You wanted price to pull back, to drop, right? And you wanted price to either reach back up to these highs, so you can start building a bias throughout the week of going long for your trade, or price is most likely going to head down to this level right here. This is the relative low and this is the relative high, right? Now, when price starts to pull back and push up, right, and creates this wick, right, this is like considered a swing, right? Now let's mark off that level 2. Now you have 3 levels, right? Now you have 3 levels: relative low, relative high, and a relative level right here. Now, again, price is most likely going to do two things, right? Price is going to reach down here, and price is going to reach up here. Your job within the week is to put, everything from phase 1 together to see where we're going to head and most likely to head. But your price is going to head one of two ways, right? And yeah, obviously, price is obviously going to long or short, but not calculated like this, right? So, once you have this level right here, right? If price fails to break there, guess where we're going to go? We're going to aim all the way down here to a T. And let's see what happens. Price is going to be ranging, right? Price is going to be ranging. Price touches this level right here, and price starts to break under. The second price starts to break under on the 4-hour, right? Guess what, guys? We're heading down here. Literally, off a break and a retest entry, right? You can already set your swing longs all the way down, swing shorts all the way down to here, right? There's the retest. You could enter this trade, right? And see where price takes you. Right? And look at that. Very, very calculated right there, right? And again, it goes hand in hand with, what we learned in phase 1. Because at the end of the day, it's just a break and it's just a retest, right? But look at where your targets are at. Price is going to hit this relative low. Now, okay, well, you're basically teaching us a more calculated take profit, right? Because this is very textbook right here. Okay, but what happens when you get to where we are now, right? Now we've hit this relative low. What did I say over here? All right, do I still have it typed? Most likely, always come back and get reached. So you see this level right here? When price reaches this relative low, we can very well start heading down. But where do you think price is going to head to now? Price is most likely going to head to now all the way to these relative highs, which seems crazy because we're so low. But it's not, because that's just what price does. And we're going to see in examples previous, right? Those relative highs and lows always get swept. And look at what happens when price breaches this level down here, right? Reject, push up, and now we have a break of structure almost, right? Now we have a double bottom, break of structure, pull back into here, and now we're going long, right? So these are very calculated levels. Even here, though, right? Even when price creates this high and comes down here and then creates this relative level, right? Technically, when price wicks right here and rejects like that and closes like this, you see that wick and it closed weak momentum bearish? Right there, remember, I told you that price is going to either go up or down, right? And either to this level or to this level. When price rejected this level and swept this high, yeah, hopefully some of y'all caught it. Look, this is a sweep of this high, right? This is a sweep of this high right here, okay? From last week's high. This is a Friday and this is a Thursday. When price wicked this level, you can already see that price was already destined to go all the way down here to a very calculated TP all the way down here, right? Do you see that? So even when, so this is even an internal structure in here, right? Even when you have this relative high and relative low and relative high, and then you get a pullback, you have within that structure these highs and lows, right? And then when you see this get swept, you should be like, all right, price is almost most likely going to drop all the way down, most likely going to drop, other than reach back up here, because price can't even break through this major level right here. And it's a psychological 1.10000, even though that's 004. I just can't get it perfectly, right? And then right there, technically, look at this short position you could enter right there, all the way down to here. Beautiful trade, right? Now what am I personally looking for? Well, let's look at the market in swings, right? Boom, 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 right? Now, with this relative low being taken out, personally, we're probably waiting for price to come here, right? And then price hopefully reaches all the way up here, because I have proof and data showing that price is most likely going to reach all the way back, all the way up here, right? So this is where, where is price coming from and where is price most likely to head to. And when you know these levels, right, it gives you a better understanding, and it helps your bias, right? So this is kind of showing us where price is most likely to head to. Now, it could be completely wrong, especially with the dollar being so volatile, right? I could be completely wrong. Price can continue melting, right? And in that sense, then we just, look for different highs and lows, right? You look for different highs and lows. But that's kind of an understanding of how, these relative highs and lows work, right? We see this low getting respected after pushing all the way up here, and then we see this high getting respected, and then a week later it sweeps it and then drops down to this level. So you kind of put it all together and seeing where price is most likely to head, right? So after price sweeps right here, price drops all the way down to this level. Crazy how just these relative levels can help you have a better understanding of where price is most likely going to go. Understand these relative highs and lows because they can help you understand market direction. You want to come over here too. Let's come over here real quick. And this is gonna obviously identify a sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity, right? And you're gonna see here that we're gonna look at it in swing, right? You can see this big swing creating this overall high, right? As soon as this overall high is made, we drop straight down here, right? So I'm going to mark off this high and this low. Now, again, what happens? Price is most likely going to come back to both levels, right? So price pulls back up in here, right? Price pulls back up in here, right? And price is most likely going to reach to this level, right? But it was just a big push up. So there's really no entry in here for me, right? So let's see what happens. Price is going to come all the way back down, and price is wicking and engulfed at this level. So for me, this is a major buy side liquidity, right? As price starts to engulf at this level, basically, right, and break the structure, you could enter here, right? Because you have this major level, and price is going to reach this high and this low, and it already reached this low, right? So if price is going to for sure reach this high, right? Because it's a relative high made, right? Why wouldn't you buy at this level, right? Price already came back down and took out this low. Why wouldn't you reach at this level? Now let's see what happens, right? We're gonna set that position. We're gonna set this position, right? We're gonna reach this high, right? Let's see what happens. All right, price comes back down and hits this level again, right? This is the same level we just longed off of, right? Look at this major level, right? And price still hasn't reached this high. So we're looking for areas of where price can reach this high. And when you get a rejection like this and then engulf and then come back down and rejection again, if you didn't enter here, you can enter here. And if you entered there, you can enter again here, right? So let's set our, levels right there. And look at the trades that you can execute based on just these relative lows and highs, right? Look at this level being respected, this relative low, and look at the confidence that we had in price reaching these highs again, right? Now, the biggest mistake I feel like, people make, and what I've seen and what I've studied and what I've made, is getting caught up in the middle of this, right? So, I mark off this high and low, but then as price moves in here, you're taking trades within here, but the only levels you should be taking trades on is here, right? Or here. Okay, so when price makes this low, you know price is gonna reach it. You know price is gonna pull into this area and gonna reach here or here again. When it doesn't reach here and reaches here, you already know that price is gonna reach up here. So we want to enter longs based on this level, right? Enters longs, pulls back, reaches level again, enters longs, and then again our final analysis of price reaching this high again happens, right? And price probably continue to go higher. Yeah. Oh shit, that's crazy. And you know that's just an example of highs and lows. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this. So this is just noise. High, low, high, right? Swing high. Up until unless something changes and we make a new high, we're gonna keep it over here, right? Oh, so look at this. Look at this relative low. And when price will drop and creates this relative low. Relative low. This is relative high. Price will drop and creates a relative low. Now, again, let's take it from price right here, right? Price creates this high and price creates this low. Big push up, big drop down, right? Relative high, relative low. You can mark these. I'm just not doing it. Price is going to, let's just add our ideology, right? Price is going to reach these levels again, right? Now let's try to enter in where. Price is going to push up into the middle of the zone. Price doesn't really touch our area. Price is still in just the middle of the zone. And I'm not saying you can't trade in here. You can. But, let's just take the highest probable trade. And then price does what? Price rejects a relative high. So when price makes this high and low, we know price is going to reach this high, price is going to reach this low. Now that we reach this high, right, and we failed to break above, I know for a fact we're going to come down and reach here, right? We're going to come down and reach here. Now I'm just going to set a position like this, right? It's an ugly position. I'm not saying I'll enter here, but so speaking, you can enter on that level, right? So let's enter here, right? And if price doesn't reach this low, what am I going to probably expect? Price to come back up here and give us that same entry model that we had. Just like that. Boom. This is the nicer trade because we actually have a proper engulf and break under, right? So price reaches this high again without reaching this low. We know this low is going to be swept, right? So why wouldn't we enter positions up here? Let's enter those positions and let's just see what happens. I don't know if price is going to hit that level again. And price smacks our take profit and eventually drops, right? Right here over 5x right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Just like that, right? So you can see where these highs and lows are being made. Now, again, obviously, I'm looking, when you backtest, you're obviously looking at the winning ones, right? You're obviously looking at the winning ones. And it's, it's in hindsight, but, you have to look at it, right? You have to look at it. So let's see. This is actually another one, right? Let's take this, and let's take, boom, boom, boom. Let's mark off this level. Let's mark off this level, right? As price makes this low, right? As price makes this low. Am I recording still? Yeah. How much time is it? 20 minutes. If price makes this low, right? Price is going to push up into this level, right? Unless it just keeps making a low. Remember, if it just keeps making a low, you just drag this down. But we see that it stopped here. Price is going to push up into this level, and we're either going to reach this high and reach this low again, right? So let's see what happens. Price is going to push up, and then it pushes into this level. Price pushes into this level. Let's add some technicals. Right? What's going to happen? Price is going to push up, right? We could technically long here again, just like we did over there, and in hopes that price reaches up here. I would never hold a trade like this, right? I would probably always go for 2R or 3R. So let's just put it at 2R or 3R. Don't matter. Actually, we'll just hold it out here. I don't even know this example. Let's just see what happens. Price is beautiful. Price is already in profit. Let's go to a higher time frame. What am I doing? Oh, and price reaches all the way up there. Price is rejecting. Let's go to the daily time frame just to make this quicker for y'all. Let's see what happens. I could be wrong, right? I would technically be break even here though. And price hits. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do you see that? Do you see that? Let's look at one more. Right? Let's look at one more. we can end this video. I don't like this video being too long. This is another one. Price swings high, pulls back, and it swings high again, pulls back, reaching these lows. I want to find a clean one. Because this is clear. This is even phase 1. You guys remember that supply and demand chapter? When you have a supply and demand level right here, you can literally enter off supply and demand. Let's look at one right here. And you know, and you're also like, well, I see a bunch of swing highs and lows. Yeah, but it's choppy. Like, you can see, like, price creates this low. Where did this come from? Up here. But it's so choppy that I don't really like that, right? You want clear structure. At the end of the day, you want the prettiest things, right? You can always go into the market and find a setup. Is it the nicest setup? No. That's why you're probably skipping over a bunch. And it's like, dude, you're going so long without finding that setup. I'm trying to find the nicest ones, right? I'm trying to find the nicest ones. Like, even here, look at here. Price creates this low. Price creates this high. Right? Price creates this low. And price creates this high. And you can literally see, right? You can see right here. Price is mostly going to drop here. Price is mostly going to reach here. Price pulls in, reaches up here. This is a crazy fake out because structure actually forms above the level. So a lot of traders probably definitely think it's going to start breaking above and reaching up here, right? But look, guess what happens? This level is going to be reached again. Big drop. Crazy. Let's find one more. One more. This is actually another one. This is another one which I don't love. But let's say this. Let's say this high. Look at all this price action. This is the highest point, right? So this is a relative high. What comes from this high? This big drop. Price pushes up into this level. Boom. Boom. Guess what? Drops back into this low. So, you know, you can find these levels. I want you guys to go back. If you have any questions on it, I want you guys to show me. But, guys, you got to look at the market in the bigger aspect. These levels help, guys. These levels are insane. It basically draws on liquidity, right? You can literally see price grabbing up here, coming down here. Orders are filled back up here, right? Those buy stop traders and these sell stop traders, and price is going to take both of them out. You can see price taking these guys out. You can see price taking these guys out, right? Back to back, over and over again, right? This is back tested and improving. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm sorry if I made this longer than usual, but it's, you know, gems, right? It's beautiful gems. So you guys, you know, I feel like everybody should needs to learn. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys later.